What is up, everybody? It is Loki. It's Talkin Brash. Guess what? It's the 30th episode of Talking Brash. I didn't realize that until I just saw the screen now. We've made it to 30. That's crazy. That's ridiculous. I didn't think I would make it to 30. I didn't think I'd make it to 10, let alone 30. But here we are. It's a blackout Friday. I doubt Johnny B's going to be blacking out with me here. But you know how we do. This is actually one of the last blackout Fridays I'm going to be doing because November will be a completely dry month for me. No, we got Mischief Night is also a Friday. So we got today, next Friday. It'll be the last two blackout Fridays that I'll be doing. Next month, the schedule's changing. It's going to be only Wednesday and Saturday. Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Saturdays, 3 p.m. Eastern, I believe. So, yeah, 2 days now. Get my European fucking friends involved. I got some European guests. Next time, Mike Tipping will be on the 7th. Chris Lanterns is going to be on the 14th. So, yeah, I'm excited about that. Fuck yeah, dude. Go to the website. I got a website. LokiGuitarOfficial.com. Let me tell you something. I'm going to show you the screen now. But the reason this looks like this is because I posted a picture. It was the thumbnail to promote the podcast with with Carmen. And YouTube banned my video. Because Carmen put his torso on Kim Kardashian's ass, and YouTube banned it. You know what? I'm gonna get, since we're talking about him, I'm gonna get him in here so he can help to say what's going on here. This way, you can comment on what we're talking about. Carmen, dude.
Yo, what's up?
Yeah, we need to talk about this. I'm showing people my website right now. It's just like those, the YouTube puts up like 3 dots, like your video has been removed, ... So your torso on Kim Kardashian's ass, dude.
Yeah.
It got banned. You have been canceled.
That's exciting. And I'm proud to share this moment with you. And I hope I hope you're just as proud as I am.
I am. My surprise, I logged into YouTube. Now, I like take some of the information and transfer it over to OBS. And it said this video has been removed. I'm like, wait, what? And yeah, they told me that it was pornographic in nature and that it was sexually, it was to be used for sexual gratification.
By who?
I don't know. So
yeah, but anything could be used for sexual gratification. I mean,
right.
There's all types of fetishes out there.
Apparently, maybe someone
whatever.
Maybe someone reported it.
You think so? Somebody probably did report it.
Listen, there's little minions out there. I am on a shit list right now, okay? I've made an enemy of the state, and fucking I'm on a shit list.
I always thought of you as like was it Sweden or Switzerland? Of the scene, as it were.
Because of my recent decisions, people are mad at me, and the fans of that person take it very personally.
Interesting.
It's really weird how that works.
I wonder what it's like to let something that doesn't concern you affect your life directly. Must be pretty fun.
Like, I couldn't imagine like someone pissing off Jerry Cantrell and me going like trying to fuck that guy's life up because Jerry Cantrell's mad at him. Can you imagine that? What the fuck?
I mean, I guess you and I maybe have our fair share of enemies, but if the worst of it is them reporting a picture of not my ass, then I guess that's not so bad.
Now I wish it was your ass.
Dude, there is a picture of my ass, 2 pictures on Facebook that have never been taken down, never been reported. But, they were posted in pre-cancel culture, pre-everything offends me.
Right.
Era.
We are at the height. Do you think it's going to get worse?
Yeah, sure I do. I think I do. And
I don't know what worse looks like. What does worse looks like? It's already really fucking bad.
one very recent thing that I only heard of because of that dude Sean from Grave Robber. He posted something about it, and if he hadn't, then I wouldn't know about it. I don't know, like most of the cast of the Avengers or whatever, like recently endorsed Biden, and like Chris Pratt is keeping to himself about.
Oh, I did see. I saw a note about this that Chris Pratt kept,
Yeah,
quiet.
and that's like bad.
I can't
Like,
believe that.
yeah.
Yeah, people are canceling for you being quiet and not endorsing Biden. What the fuck, bro?
Yeah, so that's the most recent example I can think of, I guess, of it getting worse. Like some dude just minding his own business, but because he's in the spotlight, people expect something more from him, I
Yeah.
guess. But it's like, who fucking what the fuck is that going to do? What does that do for you? Does it, like, does knowing Chris Pratt endorses Biden or not affect anything in your life, really? Like, is it going
No.
to give you more money at the end of the week, or like help you out, like paying your child support, or like,
Yeah.
like what the fuck?
It's crazy how that works too. Like, Alice Cooper said, and he said this throughout time, is that he doesn't like to endorse anyone publicly because he doesn't want his opinion to, like, he doesn't want to talk you into anything. Like, he wants you to make your own fucking opinion, not make a decision because Chris Pratt made a decision. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, plus it's not their job. Their job is to
it's not their job.
entertain.
Yeah.
They're entertainers. They're not political science majors, unless
Right.
I mean, unless they do have
Unless they
that.
are.
Yeah.
Fucking
Whatever.
joining us in the chat, Rick Carrillo, Lynette, Curtis, Richard Dicko Norse with me every fucking Blackout Friday. Watch out, he's gonna buy us shots. Austin David Smith, what's up? Jeff, Rick is yelling at me. He's like, I sent you an alternate image. I know you sent me an alternate image, but I asked Carmen which image he wanted to use, and he goes, obviously the ass one.
Yeah.
So I used the ass one.
Big time. I like to consider myself the comic relief of the horror punk scene. so why wouldn't I opt for that one?
I had a feeling that you would opt for the ass one, but I didn't want to post it without at least giving you the option of which one you wanted.
Oh, dude, yeah, always. I haven't been conditioned to this new forward way of thinking at all. Go for the,
I'm thinking I'm like, well, he posted it, so why would he be mad that I posted it?
Right. Yeah,
Right.
that's for everyone.
This is his image. I got it from his Facebook.
It's for the people. I do it for the people.
Do it for the people. Fucking, what else do you do for are you getting married for the people?
I am getting married. Yeah, but not for the. I'm getting married in front of the people. I'm not doing it for the people.
Listen, I've never been married.
Uh-huh.
What's your the month leading up to a marriage like? What is your schedule? What do you do you even think about it, or is it all like wedding all the time?
I don't know. It's hard to say because we got the gears going like 2 years ago. We started the planning, and if anything,
good thing you started planning 2 years ago, because all that shit has been thrown out the fucking window.
Actually, we kind of kept like everything we were planning.
Really?
Yeah, pretty much. There were some changes, but for like right now, like within the last month or even just a few weeks, there's like a lot of last minute obstacles popping up,
right.
whether it's on our end or on the guest's end. And not anything like crazy, just like, oh, well, maybe we should do this. Well, fuck it. All right, let's try it. Okay, never mind. Let's try that. Like, just kind of throwing shit at the wall, seeing what other kind of things we might be able to pull off or not. But yeah, it's stressful overall. Probably more so on her part, because she definitely took the reins. I had very little to do with the planning other than like, yeah, that's cool. no, that's not cool. Yeah, let's do that. But like, it was really all her mostly. I handled the liquor.
You
That was
handled the
that
liquor.
was yeah. Because in Pennsylvania, um, unless it's like a licensed, um, unless they have an alcohol license, if the venue doesn't, you have to provide all the liquor for the entire event.
Really?
Yeah, pretty weird. So yeah, that was one of my responsibilities.
That would sound like something I'd be good at.
Oh yeah, it was fun. I mean, just like trying to gauge the quantities is weird, but it's fun. Just picking shit out and whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Like we're going to like a distillery for a lot of the
Oh,
hard
really?
for the hard liquor, most of the hard liquor, and then
That's cool.
yeah, a buddy of mine is a manager at a liquor store, and he hooked us up with like just like the beer and the wine and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, but yeah, I'm excited. I mean, right now it's everyone's pretty positive, not like sweating it particularly.
My
Yeah.
friend Jeff is saying that it's going to be this way from here on out now that you're married. I guess you'll be picking the booze or whatever. And that'll be the only responsibility you have.
Is that Jeff? I can't
Yeah.
see. I can't see what you see. Is it Jeff Frummis?
No, it's not from us. It's not from
okay.
us.
Okay, bummer. Because dude,
I had him on the other week.
Yo, forever until I watched one of his videos, I thought up until like last month, I thought his last name was pronounced Frooms.
Yo, Frooms.
And I'm bummed that it's not. Jeff Frooms.
Yeah, Jeff Frummis. He's a Jew from New York, man, and now it makes sense to me. I didn't know that he was a Jew from New York, but now it all makes sense. Fucking guy, he's got that Yonkers, the White Plains, New York thing going on, where he's just talking a mile a minute, barely let me get a word in. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just going. I missed that fucking Northeast hustle, like the way everything goes up there. Like Nashville's just kind of, it's very laid back. It's cool in some respects, not cool in others.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking I kind of find myself being that Jersey asshole that's impatient all the time, and no one really knows how to deal with that. So
well, it's good that's where self checkout comes in handy.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I haven't handed a person anything in a long time. Self checkout all the time. Supporting jobs out there, like I'm really supporting the people. Automation, everything's going to be automated.
Skynet, yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay.
As we go along in fucking this life, like the less contact you want to have with people. Like even now calling people, I'm like, I don't want to call anyone. I could just text them. I don't need to talk to anyone.
Oh man, what was I gonna say? Yeah, that kind of rolls into, I guess, the state of things overall, where it's like, I guess, other than being out of work for like a month and a half, nothing really changed for me. Like I already had hand sanitizer in my car anyway. I did that shit anyway. I would order Amazon shit all the time. I fucking hate going shopping. I hate it. I hate it. If I'm the kind of person that's like, okay, I know what I want. Can I get it online? No. Okay, let's go into the store for like 3.5 minutes and get the fuck out.
Yeah. I miss, like, being out all the time, just seeing a new set of people every fucking night.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's a huge part of it.
Yeah.
I just mean like normal day-to-day bullshit in general hasn't really changed all that much on a personal level. Yeah.
What's going on? Like you now have a competing podcast.
Are we competing? Why? Because we know each other?
No.
Just say competing podcast. In that case, we're going up against like Will Sasso and Chris
Everyone.
D'Elia. Yeah,
Right.
every other straight white fucking retard. And oh god, I said retard. I don't know.
Damn. Yeah. I got canceled for that once.
I kind of did. I got put on blast for saying.
I did. I didn't even call Joe one. I said what he said was that word, and I got lambasted, bro.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's awesome. It's good.
And that was a long time ago. That was like, it was our Indiegogo video. It was like 2012. It already started back then.
Wow.
Yeah, I got called out on it.
I said that
very insensitive to those who have intellectual disorders, whatever. Attention
deficit disorder.
Attention deficit, intellectual deficits.
Intellectual deficit disorder.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I said that hot girl was retarded because you couldn't order a chili cheese dog. That's what I said. That's all I said. Because they have chili, they have hot dogs, and they have cheese fries. But I ordered a chili cheese dog, and they're like, "No, we don't do that." I'm like, "That's what? What the fuck?" Yeah, and I got laid into
by just what? Just commenters?
It was
Well, who the fuck?
It was this one girl in particular.
Gotcha.
And I was just like, this is my page, and I talk how I talk,
right?
And it's like when it comes, not
you could
that
see your ass on out of here.
Well, not
your
like
page
I think or speak like this all the time, but
right.
the Jersey in me, if you push me, my response will always be, if you don't suck my dick or pay my bills, I don't answer to you. I don't fucking answer to you. Just how it is.
That's frowned upon here in Tennessee, bro. Yeah. Man, you got to see, even if I get a little pushy, like at the store, people are like, "Oh, this guy's an asshole." Like any sort of aggression is just, they don't know how to deal with me, which usually gets me my way pretty fast.
What are you doing out there?
Bro, I'm just fucking like, everyone wants to talk about the weather and shit like that.
Oh, weird.
It's like, I just want fucking coffee, lady. Like, I don't want to know that you woke up and the birds were chirping and the sun was out and you thought today was going to be a great day. No, I need caffeine like right fucking now before I murder someone. And they don't get that.
Well, it's the calloused conditioning of the northeastern region, man. It's not your fault. It's not any of our faults. We're just
right.
like, I don't know how to explain it. We're what's the word?
It's you're fighting, you're fighting for the same time and space as everyone else up there. Like everyone, there's a lot of motherfuckers up there.
Yep.
And they're all trying to do something. Okay, they're all trying to get somewhere. Here is the opposite. There's not as many motherfuckers, and they all have nowhere to go. They're just dilly-dallying along. They're moseying on through, and I'm just like, I still have that mentality where I'm getting somewhere, and you're fucking in my way.
Yeah.
And that's the big difference.
It sucks. It sucks being that way. It also sucks being the opposite. Somewhere in the middle would be ideal, and maybe you'll find it.
I don't think so.
But you're from here, right. and now you're there. So maybe you'll adapt in a way that you can thrive in both regions.
I would hope so, but the problem with that is that I'm also getting older.
Oh yeah.
And as I get older, I get a little grumpier.
That's everybody.
Yeah.
There's something liberating about it, though. It's like you start to care less and less.
Yep.
It's awesome.
Yeah. My brother actually, he said that to me recently. Like, he's like, there's something really freeing about not really giving a fuck what everyone else is saying about you. I'm like, yeah, I've been trying to tell you.
Apathy, man. It's the best. Apathy and indifference 2020. Yeah.
So you just did this atomic werewolf stuff.
Yeah, kind of. In a way, yes.
What do you mean in a way?
Well, yeah, it's just been released finally, but the catalyst for that project, I mean, if you really want to take it back, it was 2008. But we started the Kickstarter in 2015, man. And this thing didn't come out until May digitally, and then people just got their vinyls and CDs in like July and August.
Damn, so this is still from then? This is like that initial.
Yes.
I didn't know that, bro.
It's that same project.
So what the fuck took so long?
7 different people, well 8 if you include the engineer.
Right.
Our schedules, our lack of enthusiasm as time went on and on and on. Like when we started, we were all pretty excited about it. And like we got those songs written pretty quickly because everyone was like super excited and just happy to kind of do something different, I guess.
Right.
And then like I don't think we even tracked until, my God, man, maybe 2016 we did the drums with Paulie, and then like we didn't do guitars till like 2017. It was crazy.
Right. What was the catalyst to even do the project? Like, why?
Josh. It's Josh's fault, really, in a way. He was bothering me for like, I feel like 2 years on and off. Like, hey man, we should do something. Let's do something. Let's do some kind of project or whatever. You know, because he hadn't been in anything steady since he left Summer's End. Like he never did anything after that. And he wanted to, and I was like, all right, I don't know, whatever. And it would just, I was still doing Johnny B. Morbid, and maybe even still playing with Michael from time to time. And then, well, you know, that fell apart, and then I decided to stop doing Johnny B. Morbid, pretty much. And then I was like, all right, what are we doing? And he still was interested, so you know, I talked to Kyle. You know Kyle, like my guitar, and he was down. I talked to some other friends from other bands, Pat from Swashbuckle, God, well Tracy was interested.
We almost called Gotham Road Swashbuckle.
Really?
Yeah, it was very fucking close.
Weird.
I forget who came up with it. We had, you know, we're reading a notebook full of fucking band names, just riffing them off one by one.
Mm-hmm.
This name, nope. This name, nope. Swashbuckle, put that over here.
Wow.
And then I forget how Gotham Road came up, but yeah, that became it. I'm not good with the history of like exactly how things got called. What, like Joe is that guy. Like Joe knows the reasons behind everything, who said what in the basement at what time, and what sparked it all. Like he's got that memory. I just know we picked Gotham Road. That's it.
It's a great
super close to Swashbuckle. I remember.
That's so weird.
We started coming up with like pirate themes. Yeah, it was super weird. Could you imagine?
I'm like fantasizing some sort of parallel universe.
Yeah, could you, like, if Michael's going up as like Captain Jack Sparrow,
what the
for
fuck?
us and shit like that?
Yeah, but it was I don't know. I was just like in my head, who were people that I guess I thought maybe I'd want to work with, and who would do it,
right?
And that was it. And I don't know. I don't know why we did it. I guess we just wanted to do like I don't want to say a super group, because it's, I mean, we're nobodies. It's not really a super group, but it's just
don't downplay us. We're somebodies.
It was a collaborative studio project. Yeah. But Yeah, that was the idea. The idea was just the real world, 7 strangers. Like those guys didn't know each other. Like I knew everyone, but they didn't really know each other, except for
Right.
maybe Tracy knows Josh. Maybe, I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, and I thought that just the novelty of that was kind of interesting. It's like all these fucking people that don't really know each other at all. And I don't know if you remember Beyond the Flesh. They were from like the Toms River area, but they're like a melodic death metal band. And we got like the one dude from that band wrote one of the songs, which was really cool because I used to go see them all the time when I was like 15. So to work with him was great. And like Pat remembered that. Like everybody knew everybody's band, but nobody knew each other. Yeah.
Right.
And working with Paul again was fantastic. I was so happy that he was on board.
It's so fucking. He's so solid, man. Everything I hear coming out from him, I know it's him before I look it up that it's him. Like I just know his fucking style. Like those fills. He's got that certain fucking snare pop with both hands to the toms. Yeah. Like I just know that's Paul. It's awesome.
Yeah, I had a good time overall. All the headaches aside, I had a great time. I did. I just I wish that there wasn't just so much dragging through the mud towards the end to get to the finish line. But doesn't matter. We got to where we needed to go. It just took way longer than it needed to.
Right. Damn. Hold on. I have to address my comment section here. Like, so on this show, Johnny, Carmen,
yeah.
Things have taken a life of their own. Somebody mentioned that the app Fiverr, the website. Are you familiar with it?
Ray Sega keeps telling me about this.
Okay, so Fiverr is just a collection of humans that specialize in certain things. Fiverr breaks it down. If you're a great artist, they have an artist section, and you can go commission an artist for $35, and you can go on their profile and view their all their work. And the same thing goes for musicians. Like I can go on Fiverr and get I could get a pro designation, and basically I can offer my services of recording someone a raw guitar track for their song in the metal style or whatever. So Fiverr is just a bunch of that. It's just people, selling their talent. But on this show, it's now called Fiber, okay? And everyone talks about Fiber. Like, anytime anything is mentioned, like, oh, you got to go to Fiber for this. It's taken on a life of its own. People want me to mention Fiber every time I talk to someone. I can't. They won't stop talking about it in the comments, actually. They're like, yo, we've gone 25 minutes and not mentioned Fiber once. Like, so I'm mentioning Fiber now, okay, guys? Next time you need, if you want to collaborate on a record, just go to Fiber. You don't have to fucking wait for Tracy and Josh and all these people. Just go to Fiber right away and get pro stuff.
Oh my god!
And the other thing that lives on this fucking channel is that someone. So I've been selling or not selling as a gimmick to support the channel. I've been saying I'll drink a shot for every time someone tips $5, and Richard Dicko North has tipped $25, so I have 5 shots to do. So here's number 1. Cheeros. I like that the water disappears into the...
Oh man, I'm into it. That's fucking cool. Look at that.
People are upset that I'm changing the schedule and I'm taking away my Joe Mondays. So Joe's been canceled. I've canceled JV. People are upset.
Well, you guys have like a different subject to generally speak about every single Monday or something? Like,
well, we've just been, we've been homies since like 98, so
yeah,
we have 20 plus years of just stuff to talk about.
Right.
And Joe can just talk. Like, Joe, what is your favorite fast food? I could have a podcast about that. He'll tell you the difference between everyone's chicken sandwich. This one's a little juicier and tender. This guy's crispy, not as thick. Like, he'll go through the whole fucking thing. You could just talk about that with Joe. Aficionado of fucking Chick-fil-A chicken sandwiches compared to like Popeyes. You know?
I got you.
Some people have their thing, and that's, you know, Joe has the gift of the gab. You know? Just like you have the gift of comedy.
Well, I do and I don't. I can't write. That's why I've never done stand-up.
No? Have you tried?
I can't write, man. I don't have good...
Have you, you have sat there, though, and, like, purposely tried to, like, write, like, bits, or no?
I have. I just don't really ever think they're any good. I don't think they hold water. I just think...
Well, you know, most comedians think that way.
I'm just too scared then to even try, I guess. That's my problem.
Like, self-deprecating is, like, a very thing... It's a comedian thing, you know?
To me, this is, you know, this sounds really dick because I've never done anything as a stand-up comedian, but to me, as an outsider, I don't know if I would even go that route. To me, self-deprecating is like, that's easy shit. Because right away, it's like endearing, charming. You're going to win a crowd over if you're making fun of yourself. If you go up there right out of the gate and you're a fucking nobody and you start hitting like the tough subjects right out the gate, you're going to get crucified. And that's kind of what I'd rather do that. I'd rather go for the throat and do it the real way than go up there and be like, so I can't stop eating M&Ms because I'm a piece of shit. That's not funny. It's fucking stupid. And the other day I was at Starbucks and fucking coffee and blah, blah, blah. Like, I can't. Just like that routine cookie cutter kind of humor. I can't do it. For me, I'd have to write some really wild shit to give it a go.
Yeah, I guess stand-up is, I mean, that's brutally terrifying for me.
Yeah,
even as a musician,
yeah,
it's just a different fucking ballgame. Like,
you're alone.
That's a different
you're
ballgame.
alone.
Yeah.
And there's nothing behind you to mask anything if you screw up. If you screw up stand-up, that's it, man. You have to take all the bullets yourself.
Yeah, screwing up in a band, even if it's completely your fault, like, you can get away with it. You know? Like,
right. Yep.
Play it off, and it doesn't scare me. It doesn't frighten me at all. Like, or it doesn't even embarrass me. Like, how often do I really fuck up anyway? You know what? You're owed a free one. You know, like, but you up there, yeah, you're right. You're naked. You are just...
It's terrible.
Yeah. And, like, you know, something I do on the stage is, like, try to read people's faces. And, like, sometimes I'll focus on that one guy that's not having a great time at a show and just be like, why can't I make this guy have a good time? I would imagine as a comedian, you're, like, everyone's like that. You're trying to read everyone's faces. That's probably even more nerve-wracking.
I don't even know. See, that's the thing. If I ever went up there, I don't know if I would even be able to look at anyone. I don't know if I'd probably just stare straight ahead or something. I don't know. It's weird to think about. And I kind of did it twice, but not really, because it was accompanied by my acoustic guitar, and I just labeled it as a like a variety hour thing, so that people would expect less from me, you know? Because, like, oh, if it's not funny, at least he's singing songs, or vice versa. If I don't like his music, at least maybe he told one funny joke. But, yeah, I'm just terrified to just go out there and just be like, yeah, I'm going to do fucking open mic night. I don't know.
People want to hire you as a comedian on Fiverr right now. They're talking about it right now.
Oh my god.
Fucking, but you know, it shocks me that you think you can't write something, because I've seen, I mean, you technically have done written sketch comedy, right? Because you've done those little sketches yourself, whether it's just you in the video or you have other people in the video. Like, that's comedy, dude. Whether it's not stand up, but like you're doing something.
Yeah, but that's like, it's not premeditated. Those things are just like, oh, let me do this right now. Like that's all that is. I don't sit there for days going over what I'm gonna say. I don't write any of that stuff down. I just do it, and like as I go, and then I edit it later. Like from conception to birth, it's like an hour for some of that stuff or less. Like,
Damn.
yeah, it's just stupid shit off the top of my head. That's what I mean. Like I'm good on the fly. Like I'm good talking to you. I'm good bouncing off of people. But to go up on stage and just be like, yeah, hey, everybody start talking to me. All right, what do we got? Like, just do crowd work. I don't know.
Yeah. I guess you're like the Rain Man of fucking comedy. Then it just comes to you in the moment. Boom, done.
I wish I could write though. I would love to do. I really have. I've been wanting to try this for 10 years or more.
Yeah.
Really, been talking about it forever. And the thing is, like, I wouldn't even want to go up in front of people I know. I wouldn't want you to be there. I wouldn't want any of my friends or like, I would just do it and not tell anybody and go to some weird open mic night in like Philly or Jersey City or somewhere where nobody fucking knows me at all, and just see what I really got for real, and have no courtesy laughs or nothing. Nobody there. That's what I would do.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that. Like, having someone that you know there, fuck that. That just brings the anxiety level to a different fucking. Doesn't need to be there.
Yeah. But maybe one day I'll go up there and face paint, and I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, you'll see. That's just a different look right off the bat. You'll get interest just from that alone. Like, all right, what the fuck is this guy about? You at least that's an attention getter right away. Someone's asking, how did he come up with the name Johnny B. Morbid? Was it because of WCW superstar Johnny B. Bad? I didn't know there was a Johnny B. Bad ever, so...
I didn't know that either.
Right. So why Johnny B. Morbid?
Yay.
Because it's not Johnny B. Good?
Right. Well, it was kind of trying to tap into that 50s, 60s kind of vibe, and just that's all that was. Because back when it started, the image and some of the earlier tunes were a little in the vein of well, obviously the Misfits, and and then along the way I discovered Mr. Monster and that kind of thing, and I was like,
how old are you?
I'm gonna be 34 next week.
Okay, so when did you discover this shit, this fucking community genre, whatever the fuck you want to call it?
Not till I put my shit on MySpace. I didn't know that there was like. First of all, I didn't know that what I was doing was a subgenre. When I did it, I was in like a metalcore band, and I could play everything well enough at the time, and I was like, oh, I just want to, I always loved the Misfits, and I was going to start a Misfits cover band the summer after we graduated high school, before everybody like went off to college. Me and some of my friends were just going to do a Misfits cover band for the summer, just to have fun or whatever. And that's where the name came from. We all thought of names for ourselves, and that was the name I was going to use for the Misfits cover band. And we never did it. We jammed like twice. And it was like, yeah, whatever. This is fucking stupid. And then oddly enough, I went to see you. I went to see Michael. Right. It was the American.
Were we Gotham Road still?
It was like Gotham Road with Matt Johnson.
Oh, so it was already Michael Graves then.
Yeah. That summer. And I was like, well, this motherfucker's doing his own thing. Why would I choose to do like a cover band or whatever? Let me just.
Right.
So I just wrote my own very, very simple, stupid shit and released it. And then when I put it on MySpace, I don't know. Do you remember Tim Toxic? You remember that
I
guy?
do. You know, yeah, I do. And I remember your earlier stuff, like just thinking, like
No, it's
it
not.
wasn't like the other stuff. It was more like pop, you know, not
Pop.
pop punk, but yeah, but you had like
It was.
some of that
Yeah.
influence in there. Yeah.
I was in a pop punk band in high school, and I guess it was I was more familiar with that.
Right.
Honestly, it was just the Misfits I knew about. I didn't know that there was other shit going on until I went to see you guys at the American Legion. And and what sparked that is that I heard. I know I'm kind of rambling, but this is
This is
like,
what the show is all about. Just ramble on.
well, for me, this is kind of important. This was like how, this was like the spark. The spark was my job at the time. I was just driving around. There was no cassette, no CD player, so I would listen to WSOU. And I was like, this guy's voice sounds really fucking familiar. And it was like Earth versus Spider. It turned out to be
Right.
Earth versus Spider on WSOU. And I was like, it was like something, Michael Graves, Punk Rock is Dead, touring this summer and supported it. I was like, oh, this just came out. Weird. Because I kind of fell off for the Graves era. I remember hearing the Graves stuff on mp3.com. And I was like, I don't know. I was like maybe 15 or 16, and I was, just a thick-headed elitist or whatever. Just like, if it wasn't Metallica or Pantera, then who the fuck cares? I was like, yeah, this is lame. This doesn't sound like the Misfits to me. So I kind of fell off the wagon, I guess, for a while until I heard the Punk Rock is Dead stuff, stuff, and then that was the spark to go see you guys. And then when I saw you guys, I was like, all right, let me do my own thing. And once I put it on MySpace, I kind of opened the floodgates to all these people who were like finding me through other routes and like other bands, and I don't know how. And it was probably like Tim Toxic or somebody who was like, oh, you ever hear of Blitzkid, or you ever listen to Mr. Monster? I was like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And so
What the fuck's a Blitzkid?
Yeah. So I think I'm trying to remember. I think I went on whatever it was at the time to just like find some of this stuff. It wasn't Napster. It wasn't Kazaa. I don't know what the hell it could have been in like 2005.
Mm-hmm.
But I found just like random Mr. Monster songs like Tina and
LimeWire.
Maybe, I don't know.
Right.
So I found like Tina and Freddie, and I found I don't know. That one stuck out in my head the most.
Right.
I remember that one. It was kind of like thrashy in a way, and I was like, "This is kind of weird." And I was like, "This dude kind of has that vibe, but it's like different." And then like I heard Blitzkid, and I was like, "Well, this is also not really. It's not. It doesn't sound like the Misfits, but I get why it's all in one little thing. I get it." And I was like, "Oh, okay. So this is, I guess, what I'm doing." And then I guess realized that it was a subgenre or a thing,
right,
and that I wasn't alone. But I wasn't trying to do anything at first. It was just something I wanted to do for myself. And it was just a friend of mine who asked if I wanted to do it live. And then I was like, yeah, I guess if you want to like learn the songs, we could do it. And there you go. That's how it started.
Fucking A.
Pretty.
I miss the days of like WSOU, dude. Like especially back then, before like, to me, because I'm 42, right? Just turned 42. There's pre 9/11 WSOU and post 9/11 WSOU.
Okay.
You know, after they banned like playing Slayer for a little while.
Yeah.
They banned
Long
a few
time.
things for a long time.
Long time, and they would say LOG instead of Lamb of God.
LOG, yeah, G Forbid.
Yeah.
And there were just songs they would not play after 9/11. Slayer was one of those bands. When I was a kid growing up, dude, you couldn't go. It would be double shot of Fear Factory, double shot of Slayer, double shot of Metallica. Let's play some Fear Factory again. Typo Negative, Life of Agony. Slayer again. Like it was just like Slayer was like the main thing, dude. 2001 happened, fucking 9/11. Slayer was banned from the station for a minute, and but still, man, like it was like the one place where you didn't have to rely on just like the pop culture bullshit. Like WSOU would always play the realest, like the newest, the realest. We're lucky to fucking have had it. You know what I mean? I go down here and no one knows any of like that deep cut stuff. Like
Yeah.
it's fucking, it's tough for everywhere else. I'm so happy to have had WSOU just right there.
Me too,
fucking
man.
on the dial.
Me too. Why didn't they ever play Danzig? They never played Danzig, not to my knowledge.
Maybe it's because the fucking pop state, like K-Rock, was playing Danzig. You know what I mean? Like after a while, like Danzig became like a K-Rock artist.
Yeah, but like Typo was on mainstream radio for
just barely,
yeah.
Just like Black, Black number one maybe.
Well, yeah, Black number one, and like their cover of Cinnamon Girl, and then even Life of Agony had a moment with Weeds for sure.
Right.
And it's like, so what? I could never figure that out. And I would call in sometimes to request Danzig just to be like an asshole. Yeah. They would just never play it. It's weird. But I found out about a lot of bands. I discovered a lot of bands through SOU back in the day.
I would get everyone to just fucking call and ask for like whatever band I was in at the moment, whether it be Anderson, Mr. Yup. Just fucking 100 calls. Let's go. Let's just everyone call. Play Angelson on the air. It worked.
It's awesome. My first airplay in any band I was ever in was on SOU. This band I was in like high school, we were called Burnt to Ashes. It was just like kooky metalcore kind of stuff. Weird time signatures, and kind of in the vein of like, man, it was like Remembering Never meets Kill Switch, kind of like that first wave kind of metalcore, like that Norma Jean, those like that kind of shit. But yeah, that was the first time I was like ever played on the radio, and it was amazing. It was really cool, and it was them.
That's awesome. What's your first instrument?
Drums, actually.
Drums?
Yeah.
Yep. What got you started on drums, and why did you get drummer syndrome? Like you had to get away from that, or what? What made you go do other things? Like I know you were a bass player for a long time. Pretty fucking awesome bass player.
Thanks. Yeah. I started with drums. I got drum lessons. I took. There was like a snare drum at my cousin's house when I was like maybe 13 or 14. I just started like fucking with it. I was like, oh, this might be kind of fun. And like that was when I was kind of bit by the musician bug.
Right.
And then I got a really crappy used kit, but my parents got me, because before I decided like if I was going to stick with it or not, they didn't want to like, pour a whole lot of money into it. And then I wanted to take lessons. And I actually still have, not my very first kit, but I still have like my first real, like my first kit that was bought brand new. Like I still have that kit. And the heads on there actually have been on there since 2002. But yeah, so I guess I was in really just one band I was ever in as like the drummer full time. And then when we disbanded, I was just kind of over it. I had already started teaching myself bass, and I played bass in like a pop punk band.
Right.
And we did like a 2-singer thing, kind of like Blink-182. We would trade off, like, and that's when I kind of got into singing more. I liked being out front. I had more fun being out front, man. And even when I was just a drummer, I had a mic. I would do backing vocals and even talk between songs sometimes, and I would get into it with like the front man, because
right.
In my head he
was boring.
he wasn't a good frontman. He was
Right.
fine at doing vocals, but like the in between stuff, kind of like Fall Out Boy, right? Pete Wentz does all like the frontman shit between songs, and then the dude whose name I don't know, he sings. Like Pete Wentz. Right. Pete Wentz is the frontman of Fall Out Boy. He's not the singer, but he's the frontman.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that kind of thing. I just didn't like, I guess, being in the background. I like being out there and interacting with people, and you could just, you can move more. You can put more into. Well, that kind of sounds stupid. What I mean by that is like you can move around the stage.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's more interaction. You're fucking.
Yeah.
You can feed off the. Yeah. It's just it's shocking too. Look, especially in our area, drummers are in high fucking demand. Like good drummers, like it's the most difficult thing to find because the good ones are in 3 bands because there are so few good drummers, and they usually end up taking like the high. It's their mercenaries. The highest bidder wins.
Yeah.
So I'm shocked. Like because you're good at fucking drums, I'm shocked you didn't stay there just for the sake of like, hey, I can fucking make a fucking buck here.
Well, thank you, but I play drums. I don't consider myself a drummer.
Right.
I could never be a drummer for hire. I can handle like if you wanted to start a 90s alternative band or a classic rock band, like I'm your fucking drummer for sure. Or like you just want to do like punk rock kind of stuff, I'm good to go.
Turns out I'm in the punk rock industry, so
yeah. But I can't blast. I can't, do double pedal for 6 minutes straight and blast for 3 minutes straight. I can't do that shit, man. I just never I never learned those techniques the right way, and I never took the time to really dig in and teach myself. I can kind of fake it. I just don't have I don't have like that natural knack to be just like this. I don't know, Gene Hoglan or who's the dude from Nile? George Callias?
Right. Well, you're naming like some of the best drummers to do it, of course.
Yeah, it's like I wish
I can't play guitar like John Petrucci. That doesn't stop me from playing guitar.
Well, I do what's in my wheelhouse, and I do that well. But once I leave, I'm useless, totally fucking useless.
So Austin David Smith apparently knows everything about you. He's a fan. He's saying you've done a great cover of Hulk Hogan's Real American, which I have not heard.
Yeah, it's on YouTube, but that's about it.
And then he's saying that you auditioned for Michael on drums.
Yeah, that's when you weren't in the band during that.
I was not. Apparently you didn't make it.
Well, here's what it was. This was such a weird thing. It was 2007, and it was our first time, like Johnny B. Morbid's first time opening for Michael. And the drummer that night, I don't know who this guy was, and I've never seen him since. It was the one night only. It was like this really tall, fat, bald dude. I think his name might have been Jim or Jimmy. Real tall, man, like 6'3". Okay. And he was playing everything way too fucking slow. Every single song. And I was like, who is this guy? I was like, what the fuck is the deal here? Something must have happened. And then after the show, I was talking to Michael, and I was like, hey, man. I was like, if you need a drummer, here's my card. without trying to sound like an ass. Because he knew the deal, I'm sure. I mean, how could he not? So then, and it's still tough to, I guess bring him up, as I'm sure it is for you, way more so. But this is how the story goes. So
yeah,
we're gonna talk.
I don't run away from my history. This is like, it's the tougher part about being such a huge part of the history. Like, I don't want to not be proud of the things that I've done with him.
Oh, I was leading into somebody else. I wasn't even talking about Michael, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we can We can talk about that if you want to. I just, you know.
Hold on. Before you go on here, I want to hear this. It's going to play for the crowd for a second.
I am a real American. Fight for what's right.
I don't want to play too much of it because I'll probably get a copyright thing. But
I can't let it slide. I am a real American.
all right, dude.
True to form.
Is that his high school picture?
Oh, I just put whatever I could find.
Oh.
It's just like it's just like different. It's like a slideshow of Hulk Hogan pictures.
I thought that's not really him, is it?
All those pictures are him. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
This fucking picture with the bow tie with this looking like a nerd?
With the hair, like, yeah, that's him.
Hold on, I need to show everyone what's going on here. That's Terry Bollea?
Yeah, man. That's like his high school picture or something.
Wow. And you just found that online? That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, whenever it was, like 10 years ago.
Right. That's a great find. I've never seen that picture ever in my life.
Really?
Good job. Good job on you.
I wonder if he can still find it.
Anyway, so go on.
Oh, well.
Sorry to detract you from the story.
No, that's okay. So I gave Michael my card, and a couple weeks later, I get a phone call from Jason, and he's like, "Hey, so," he's like, "I got this card. I'm looking for like a John or a Carmen."
Both.
I was like, yeah, I'm both, whatever. He's like, okay, well, he's like, would you want to set up a drum audition for Michael? I was like, you know, and at the time I think I was like 20 or 21, and I was like, yeah, when? He's like, this Friday. I was like, okay, I'll be there. Just tell me where. It was a Friday the 13th, I remember. And Jason was like, oh, good luck. And drove out to, I put the drum set in my 1997 Chevy Lumina and drove from Belmar to Hackettstown.
What year is this?
07. So it was Jason and Quincy.
Okay.
So I go out to Quincy's studio, and I'm just kind of waiting for everyone else to show up. I'm setting up my stuff, and Michael gets there, and Jason wound up being late because he got pulled over on the way. And I thought it was funny at the time because he was kind of busting my balls about it being Friday the 13th, and then he got pulled. Yeah. But yeah, man, it was I was so fucking nervous. You know, my palms were wet the whole ride, and when I got there, I was still super nervous. You know, because
by the way, that guy had a pickup truck, I think, at that time, the fucking Ride of Frankenstein, with Frankenstein painted on the hood, and he's wondering why he gets pulled over.
Is that true? I never saw his car.
Yeah, yeah, it's totally. It was called it like on it. It was painted like the Ride of Frankenstein.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh man.
Go on.
Yeah, sure. So we're waiting for him. I'm setting my shit up. We're kind of good to go, and he walks in, and dude, it was just business, like straight fucking business. Michael wasn't mean, like nobody was mean, but it was just like bones. I was like, okay, what do you want? He's like 4 count. I'm like, oh, all right. Like, it was just like boom, 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 like fucking everything. Like I attacking the butterflies. Punk rock is dead.
Who was taking who was QB in the whole thing?
Michael was calling out the songs almost immediately after the last note of the previous song. It was crazy, dude.
And Quincy was playing bass?
Quincy was playing bass, yeah.
Okay.
So it was just like this blistering audition of just rapid fire, like no bullshitting, no laughing, no nothing. It was crazy. And we wrapped it up, and you know, it was basically like, all right, yeah, we'll be in touch or whatever. The reason why I was auditioning,
How many songs did you do?
my God, it had to be at least 20. At
Damn,
least.
right off the bat, huh?
Yeah, but I was good to go. I mean, I
Yeah.
never really played them.
It's just that, like, because to me, that song, that many songs is a rehearsal. That's not an audition. Like, that's a full blown rehearsal.
Dude.
You know what I mean? Like, an audition's like, I could tell by the third song what's going on here or not.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't need 20 songs to fucking let me know what you're doing.
It was crazy, man. And maybe it's because of what I said. Maybe he wanted to test me. I don't know. I was just like, dude. He goes, well, what do you know? This is when I was on the phone probably with Jason. He's like, what do you know? I was like, I know everything. I know it all. He's like, all right. Well, you know, we'll see.
We'll see. Right.
Yeah. It's like, no, dude, you don't get it. I've been listening to this shit for like fucking almost 10 years. Like, I know it all. Don't worry about it. But and like let's be honest. You know, if you're a competent drummer, you're gonna be able to play that shit. It's not you know, it's not fucking Symphony X. It's not some crazy ass like progressive technical death metal band or anything that.
Here's the one thing I will tell you for people who are aspiring drummers, musicians, whatever. When we were looking for a drummer, because Tony couldn't do one of the tours, right? And Tony wasn't like, he was just at a time where he was working at Guitar Center, he was getting married, he was doing a lot of things and wasn't as reliable. He wasn't as available as we needed him to be. So I needed to have drummers on the back pocket all the time. And like you said, it's not rocket science, but a lot of people, because it's not like so technical, they take the songs for granted. They're not they don't listen to the songs. Like, and I know when people are trying, or just like, I'm playing a standard punk rock beat.
Right.
Well, you're not getting the nuances of the song. You're not getting like the dynamics of certain things. So right away, like I said, dude, 45 seconds in, a misplaced kick drum, like I would throw it out the window, because like they don't listen to the song. They're just doing the like, because it's easy to do that, and like you think that's how it goes, but it's not. So there's still like an attention to detail that's super important, even though it's not hard, you know?
True. Well, that's where, you know, already being a fan can be helpful. If you're a competent musician and a fan of whoever you're about to audition for, chances are you're going to be pretty safe. You're not going to be like, you know, dead on balls accurate.
Right. Yeah. Is that a technical term?
But you're going to be all right. You're going to be better than most.
Yeah.
Because even if it's somebody like, I don't know, Brooks Wackerman. Do you know who that is?
I do not.
Brooks Wackerman was the drummer of Bad Religion for a little while, probably like 10 years ago. I don't know if he still is.
You know why I don't know his name?
Why is that?
Because he's a drummer.
He's on Avenged Sevenfold's most recent album.
Okay.
The Stage. He's just a killer drummer.
This is post Mike Portney.
Right. So he's just a killer drummer. So it's like you don't need. Well, you could. What I'm saying is you could be Mike Portnoy. You could be Brooks Wackerman and walk into an audition, but it's like you're saying, if you don't know the songs, doesn't matter how good you are. If you don't know how to do, you know, the songs justice that you're trying to learn or saying that you know, I guess.
Yeah, you need to care a little bit. You know.
Yeah.
Put some love into the songs.
But that audition was for a tour. It was just for a tour. It wasn't like I was going to be like the guy. Right. Because the drummer from Trash Light Vision, he was going to do it, and then he backed out, and they needed somebody.
Lenny had problems. Lenny was a diabetic A.
Oh God.
And B, a party animal.
Okay.
So put those two together, and you get no touring.
Right. So that's where I came in, and then Lenny changed his mind, and the tour was back on, and then Michael canceled the tour. Anyway, eventually. And I was like, oh, all right, weird.
Is this post Joe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I remember when I saw you guys, that wasn't a good day for you, because that was my first time meeting you, meeting Joe.
Was this the show? Was this the day that we played 2 shows in one day?
No, what I'm talking
Okay.
about, now is like goes back farther to 2005, and I think I met Joe outside, and he was just like not. It was just like not a good day to meet somebody for the first time. It was just like, hey man, that was awesome. I was like really happy to see you guys or whatever. I've never heard. I was like, I never saw him with the Misfits. It was great to see those songs live. I just thought it was awesome. He's just like, thanks, man. I was like, what's? He's like, oh, sorry. He's like, yeah, we were supposed to go on a European tour, and it was just like we found out it was canceled today.
Dude, so let me tell you about this day.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you about that day. I quit the band that day.
Oh my god! All right,
but we played 2 shows that day. We played a show at the Garfield Legion Hall.
Yeah, that's where I was. Okay.
And then later that night, we played at Dingbats. So, we got into an argument. What was happening was we were supposed to go on a European tour.
Mm-hmm.
This was the Horror High days. So John Nelson, Michael, nobody told the guys in Europe that A, we weren't coming, B, the flights weren't bought. Like they were just gonna ghost these people from Europe. The shows were booked, like the accommodations were fucking taken care of. Like I got an email saying, "Yo, I can't get in touch with John Nelson. I can't get in touch with Michael. You guys are supposed to be here in like 72 hours. What the fuck is going on?" And I'm like, this is news to me. I got a passport. My bags are packed. I'm ready to fucking rock.
Oh my
what do you
God.
mean you don't know what's going on? So I start asking questions. And my asking questions got me into trouble, man. Fucking John Nelson basically told me to mind my own business. But I'm like, yo, like,
well,
mind my own business.
It is, isn't it your business?
I'm supposed to leave in 72 hours, and like I've booked out the time. My time's important. Like right now, what you're telling me is my time is not as important as your time, and that's just not the way it works. Fucking these people also, like, they've invested money. Like you guys need to. If you're not gonna go, fucking tell them. No, dude, they were gonna ghost these people. And I started a ruckus about it, and I got to a full-blown war with John Nelson. And because of that, at the time, John was like, financing a lot of things for Michael at that point. Like Michael was in a rough spot, so John Nelson was, shelling out the capital for a lot of things. So since I fucking ruffled the feathers there, I got into a fight with Michael. Like, how dare you talk to John Nelson that way? I'm like, fuck you. I'm like, fuck everybody. I'll fight everyone right now. Let's go. Like, and we're supposed to play 2 shows that day. So I'm like, you know what? Find someone else to play these shows. Fuck you guys. I'm out. This is not the way you fucking conduct business. Hey,
yeah.
Like, I shouldn't even be answering these fucking emails. This is not my responsibility. Right? Like, I'm like, go fuck yourself. I'm not playing anymore. I'm out. I drive. I go to my girlfriend's house. She calms me down. She's like, yo, just calm down. I'm sure there's things are happening like this for a reason, and Michael probably doesn't want to ruffle his feathers, because she just calms me down. I play those 2 shows, and we're all just like, we don't even talk to each other. So this is why when you talk to Joe that night, like, we weren't even talking to each other, because it was just super on edge. Like, I didn't say a word to Michael for either of those 2 shows.
Man.
And then he took me for my word after that, like, because now he's angry. So he's like, well, you quit, so you're out. I'm like, well, go fuck yourself. I am out. And that was the way it worked out back then.
Man.
Yeah, dude.
I'm having flashbacks to the Mark Stewart days.
Yeah.
I tried to be the voice of reason, and then I I was the crazy one. I was the asshole.
Yeah, it pisses me off. Like it's just situations like that I run back in my memory that I constantly can get re-aggravated about easily, because like there are moments in time where you can fucking not just think of yourself. Like there's other people involved in this, and you have to fucking account for your whole fucking team. But because John Nelson is giving you money, that now everyone's out the fucking window is unimportant and you don't give a fuck about them.
Well,
Come on, man.
that was the same. It was similar.
Yeah.
I'm just that's what made me. You started saying that's the capital thing, and you started asking questions, and then you're the bad guy. That was like the whole Mark Stewart thing.
I luckily was at the tail end of that situation.
We could go on a long time about that guy. My God, and
I'm actually I'm a critical character in him being not there.
Good for you. That's good.
No, I mean I didn't even do anything. He did it to himself. But
oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, in his defense, in Mark Stewart's defense, he was never ever disrespectful or an asshole to me personally in any way, shape, or form. He wasn't. He really wasn't.
I also give Mark this. For all the managers that I've seen that guy with, Mark Allen Stewart was the least destructive, volatile, and he didn't cheat Michael out of money, as to my knowledge. Like all the other guys, like were cheats, lying fucking cheats. At least Mark Stewart actually did a lot of fucking good for him.
Mark cheated. Mark's thing was like using and abusing fans for like free labor.
Right.
That was his thing.
Yeah.
Your
I can see that.
Yeah, your payment is your privilege to work for the one and only Michael Graves. That's your payment. There's like
the one and only.
Well, in his words, or and I just have
someone's asking me if this is actually live. Yes, this is actually live.
I have really interesting memories of that guy. I do, man. That motherfucker, for better or worse, is one of a kind. My God.
One of a kind.
Dude. I'm sorry. I don't want to talk a lot about him because, bring me to court because he's a fucking kook. But I remember when Michael was tracking some acoustic stuff at Soundmind. And Mark was in there in the live room while Michael was tracking, laying shit down, and I was.
Someone wants me to have Mark Allen Stewart on as a guest,
dude. Yo,
he'll do it. I guarantee you, he'll do it.
I'm sure he'd be happy, dude. Yeah, he'll
do it because he's on this. He's sniffing around for people who've been wronged now.
Oh yeah,
and he's on the prowl. Like he's already made some phone call. Like so, I guarantee you, if I reach out to him, he'll do a podcast with me.
Oh man, that'd be insane. But anyway, so Michael's tracking acoustic in the live room. Mark's in the live room. I'm in the engineer room or whatever with Dan, and Dan's just like focused on the screen or whatever, and I glance over, and Mark Allen Stewart is on his knees in front of Michael while Michael's tracking, and I was like, Dan, what do you think about that? and Dan took a picture. I don't know if he still has it.
Please tell me you have this.
Dude, he took it on his phone. I didn't have a smartphone at the time.
He didn't send this to you?
I don't think he ever sent it. I don't know.
Bro, you better not be lying to me.
I'm not lying. Not lying. Right. He was on his knees in front of Michael. His face was right in front of Michael's acoustic guitar.
Doing what?
Just watching him. Just watching him track on his knees. And I remember Paulie really not liking Mark at all. He was rubbed the wrong way big time because every time, and he pulled me aside. It was so funny, man. Paul pulled me aside during like the Lost Skeleton sessions, and he was like, "Yo, man," he's like, "What's with this guy?" I was like, "What?" because I knew. I just wanted to hear it like from
Right.
Paul.
Because he's so nice. You want to hear what
Yeah.
kind of bad thing Paul can even muster up.
Yeah. And he was like, yo, every time this guy addresses me, he says Paul Lifeless every single time. He's like, I don't know what he said. He's like, I'm ready to like flatten this guy out or
Right.
walk out of here or whatever he says. It's like, I don't know, man. It's just Mark. He's just a weird dude.
Yeah.
I always had this weird fantasy once I figured out how much of a manipulative fucking weirdo he was. I always had this thing like, yeah, he doesn't, he talks about his wife and his daughter. Just like in my head, I was like, he doesn't have a family. This dude just goes home to like an empty house and just fills it with mannequins and just fucking hangs out with mannequins all day and night and just like feeds them and like fucks them.
Apparently, he really does have a family, though. They're real. They're real people.
I'm sticking to my
daughter's
mannequin story.
His daughter's like going to be an Olympic swimmer or something.
I'm sticking to my mannequin story. It's more fun that way. It makes more sense for me. It makes more sense for that dude to have a family of mannequins because like just the way he is.
When Michael was recording When Worlds Collide, which was, by the way, it was the most poorly run shotgun wedding type of situation where like Michael had none of the songs fully written. And Mark's like, no, we had this Kickstarter. We got to fucking get in there, get those fucking songs done and record them. And it was just Michael. Michael was going to play drums on his own. And you've seen this. I'm sure you've seen this. You know how this goes.
Maybe like once, actually.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you know how that would go.
Yeah.
And it was so bad that like they got Chuck Treese. That's why Chuck Treese started getting on there. But like it would have been a fucking train wreck. More than a train wreck than it really was. But they're at Dan's studio, and Michael hits me up, and at the time I was selling weed, and he's like, "Yo, we're in Pennsylvania. Can you fucking make a trip out here? We need like a half ounce. Fucking, I'm trying to get this record done, and it's just not happening. We need some weed." All right, I go over there, and Mark. The story was that Mark Allen Stewart did not want me at that studio. He did not want me present at the place, and I was already in the band. I was already playing.
Yeah. He always had a weird thing about putting the focus always had to be on Michael or Michael and Mark. Yeah. Like, come meet Michael Graves.
You mean Dr. Greencorn or whatever the fuck he was called?
Yeah, come out to Chiller this weekend and meet Michael Graves and Michael Graves' manager, but nobody in the band.
Right. So it was like a big deal that I would not show up, or I guess he didn't want to give credits anywhere. He didn't want any fucking publishing or anything to go to anyone else but them two.
Yeah.
Whatever, I show up. And, like, I'm starting to take... I don't give a fuck. I'm taking selfies, pictures of the studio, fucking everything, and I'm just posting them on Instagram, and, like, you know, that became, like, a big deal. Like, what the fuck's he doing there? Fucking undermining me and this, that. Like, whoa, guy, who are you?
Yeah.
Undermining you? I'm like... So I start playing the game, like, yo, Michael, that's the guy you're taking fucking orders from? I didn't know it was like that. That's the guy... It's the guy that's in charge here, I guess. He's the boss, huh?
Right.
And that fucking started the fucking the friction train over there.
Yeah, dude, that dude was a weirdo.
Mark Allen Stewart. So in like email chains, like I would just copy both of them on everything, and like a lot of the contacts that we had on like later tours for Canada, they all came through me. So I was involved in a lot of the booking and business end of that stuff. And, like, I think on one of the emails I said, hey, Shammy, what do you think? Because that's what we fucking call him. I don't know. That's just my nickname for him forever. And, like, on a sidebar, Mark wrote to Michael that, like, that the nickname Shammy was very regressive. He used the word regressive.
Yeah.
It's very regressive. Like, we're trying to rehabilitate your image and rebrand you into Michael Graves. So he's got to call you Michael Graves. Like, this chamois stuff, that's really regressive. That's the old Michael. And
Yeah.
like, Michael's like, yo, my mother gave me that name. Like, what do you mean regressive? Like, we've been fucking, that boy, like, that guy's been with me since 2001. He can't call me a nickname from back in the day? Are you fucking kidding me, dude?
Yeah, and that's I still don't really know what the hell happened with Chibo, but I can only suspect that it was something with Mark.
Yeah. I think it was, as it was explained to me, it was with Mark. That he systematically got everyone out who might have been like a threat to power of Mark.
Right. That's why I was let go. That's why Chibo was let go. It's like all we ever did was like our job.
Right.
And I was the one that, you know, as I'm sure you probably might have been, but I don't know if you really dealt with him as much as I did.
I probably didn't.
But like when we were on tour under the umbrella or whatever you want to call it of Mark Allen Stewart, Mark would like talk to me like I was like the right hand man, right? Like I was like Michael's babysitter. Like, hey, you know, you make sure.
By the way, hold on, before you finish the sentence,
yeah.
Just want to let you know, you have a podcast now. I'm sure you know, but we have little fucking weasels here that just watch to fucking tell other people what we're saying.
That's
so
fine.
If you don't want this getting back to whoever,
no,
I'm just putting this out there for you, so you know.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm not bad mouthing Michael. I'm saying like Mark,
no, or even Mark. Like they'll tell Mark that we just talked about him for 45 minutes.
I don't really give a shit. It's a talk. It's a talk show. We're supposed to talk. Like whatever. I'm sure there's plenty of people in the world that have less than favorable things to say about me and you. And you know.
Oh, I'm sure of it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Those fucking assholes doing their thing. Those pieces of shit.
Right. That's where most of that stuff comes from. It's like a place of like, look at those guys enjoying themselves doing the things they like doing. How dare they be able to do that?
You know what? And that brings up a good point. And I've said this to other people before about you, and I'll say it to you. You, to me, have been the most consistent with me forever. And I appreciate that.
As far as what?
Just the way you treated me from the get-go till now. Consistent. There was never a period where, I don't know, you were like, you like thought I was an asshole, or I thought you were an asshole, or we were like on the outs or some stupid weird shit. Like there always seems to be with somebody at some point for whatever reason or not. And you know, I've always appreciated that. You know, it's not like you and I, you know,
there's no reason to have like, I don't have beef with someone because they have beef with other people. I think that is stupid. But like, you know, we're not so intertwined where there should be any beef like that anyway. Like, we're not relying on anything with each other. Like, you haven't burned me on any business deals or anything like that. Like, we're just buds. That's it. You know, like, hey, you're Carmen. You're awesome. There's been no reason to guilt by association. I don't play by those rules. I don't know.
Well, I don't either. You know, but not everyone's like that. A lot of people are. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
I feel you. I know.
But yeah, but I've just, you know, there have been times in and out and with different people at different points in time, and it's like now you're friends, and like now you're not, and like now you're friends again. It's just like that never. All I'm saying is like that never happened with you and I.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm just pointing it out, just putting it out there.
There it is. That's the truth. I appreciate you.
Consistency is key. And I've always wanted to
I wish I could achieve that same kind of consistency with other people, but apparently it's not possible this time.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to perform with you, aside from that one time in Darrow when I was in the band for 8 minutes or whatever.
Right. Do you remember that? Holy shit, dude.
I always forget that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was all right. I had a good time. It just wasn't like, it wasn't something I was going to be able to do the way you guys were doing it. You know, it was just like the distance and there's no way I could have kept up.
I don't remember. I guess I'm trying to remember when this was, because I remember we had that kid Jasko. Maybe it was right after him. I don't remember. What did we have you doing?
I played rhythm. I played rhythm guitar.
So the movie was after Doug. I don't
It was
remember.
It was 2010. It was me and you, Joe, Matt, and Chris. Germs. Yeah.
Wow, so that was in the beginning almost.
2010, I think. Yeah. Yep.
I completely forgot about that, dude.
Yeah, that was cool, man. I don't know. Yeah, that was really cool for me at the time because you guys, you know, you and Joe, I mean, I don't want to say you were, but at the time, like you were something,
right.
You know, to me at the time of before.
You know, we would have come close again had this falling out not happened, because we were talking about you. You know, we wanted to do, you know, there's the monster rock. I don't know how to fucking what they call it these days or why they even called it monster rock, but like there was the
monster rock,
the Misfits legacy Michael Graves, but then there's the fucking vagabond Michael Graves,
right?
And like we were talking about fucking, let's have two separate bands, because those, like the guys that we had are just, they were powerhouses. It would be hard for them to like play the vagabond style of music the right way. So we were talking about having a separate band with you in it.
Right.
So that was actually already being talked about, but I guess that's, you know, that's blown up now. So
well, we were supposed to do that one show before COVID took over the world. Remember that? And then it was canceled.
Dude, I fucking learned all. Dude, I was so ready. I made tones in my Axe effects. Like I was so ready. I'm like, I have scenes for every song. Like it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna sound just like the record.
I was so excited. I was excited not just to play, but because I was gonna, you know, to me it was like it was gonna be a pretty decent fucking sounding band. You know, Chuck is no slouch. And you know, you're a fucking pro, and I was excited to play with everybody like that. I think it would have been amazing. And then it was canceled the fucking day before or something. I'm glad that I was able to get my fucking hotel refund.
I had actually, so I was up there. I drove up all the way. Yeah. So I was up there.
Was it really a gas leak?
Yeah, apparently.
Okay.
They shut the whole block down.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Hate that, because that would have been good for multiple reasons. It would have been like probably the last show either of us might have played before everything fucking went down.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to get one more out, you know. But oh well. So I guess that's a good segue. You know,
that would have been the last full band show I would have played. You're right.
Yeah, it would have been mine too.
After that, I did that acoustic tour stuff, but like, you know, that ain't about me. I wasn't gonna. That would have been the last full band. That would have been crazy.
So is there no reconciling in sight?
So here's the deal.
Yeah, enlighten me. And I don't mean to cut you off, because from, you know, everyone's allowed to be who the fuck they are. To me. I get that, and you're allowed to not associate with whoever the fuck you don't want to associate with. And that's totally fine.
Yeah, I think it's misconstrued, and he definitely does not. He set a narrative now that everyone left him because we're all fucking social justice warriors, and that's the narrative he wants. He really wants this to be the case, but he knows it's not true. But so here's what happened. Like, while we all should be who we want to be, we also need to be a little fucking self-aware of what industry we're in. If we want to make money off of fucking people, the general public, that we should fucking be a little self-aware of how we say things and not be as divisive as fucking possible when you do it. Okay, you can have an opinion, but these conversations are fucking sensitive. They're nuanced. There's a lot. There's a lot of things that go into it. It's not black and white. There's fucking things from every angle that affect everything that's going around us, right? So I'm like, yo, when you say things in public like this, and you just say Black Lives Matter is a lie, like, I know what you believe and I know what you're saying, and there's some things that I understand what you're saying, but like, dude, there are people like, go to Baltimore. Do you think those guys know everything about fucking politics and follow Alex Jones and this and that, and they know the intricacies of why everything is the way it is? No, dude. They just care about their lives suck. They feel they don't get off on the same footing as everyone else, and they just want a fair shake. When you say this just so matter-of-factly like this and try to be a troll, it's fucking problematic. When you explain things to me when I don't understand them, you are calm, you are nuanced, you fucking explain it in a way where I understand. You need to do that with everyone else, especially on social media. And he refused to do it for a long time, okay? The one last thing that happened, the reason I left and made a post about leaving, which I told him everything I said online, I said to his face the night before.
Mm-hmm.
And I was expecting, like I so badly wanted him to combat me and like tell me why I was wrong, or just let's get at it tonight before I fucking quit for real. And he said, I understand, I love you, don't worry about it, like things are fucking hot right now, I get it. That's what he said to me. He didn't put up a fight or nothing. I'm like, whoa, this guy, so he's doing this on purpose right now.
My whole thing on it is why take a public stance on anything at all? All you're going to do is alienate one side or the other. Right. Why don't you just keep your mouth shut and just talk about your music, talk about your touring, talk about the merch? It's not our job. It's not our job.
Yeah. The main reason why I told him I was leaving is like, dude, you have completely alienated us. Like, this is the only way I make money. Like, you have taken that and you've kind of thrown this all like away, whether you wanted to or not. Like, what? Like, you didn't think about me. You didn't think about Arturo. You didn't think about any of our team. The people who book our VIPs are getting fucking hate mail, and they're threatening to be blacklisted. Our agents are getting fucking, we're going to pull our artists from you because you have this artist. You don't give a fuck about anybody else but yourself. And that's the problem I have with you. It's not because you believe this, that, or the other thing. You have to think there's more than just you. And he does not care about that shit. But now he tries to paint the narrative that I'm a social justice warrior, this, that, and the other thing, and I left. We all abandoned him, and this all happened to him, and he's a victim. I'm sorry, dude. Yeah, you abandoned us. You know what I mean? We were trying to fucking help you all along.
I get it. I do get it. And at the same time, I really don't understand what it is. Because like for me, and I'm not in the camp. Like,
right.
I'm not anymore. But like from an outside point of view, I see it as, okay, here's a guy who's, if you boil the situation down to its rudimentary form, it's a dude who's being himself, for better or worse, unapologetically. And there's two sides to the coin. So it's like, if he really feels the need to publicize those types of opinions and views, whether you like him or not, guess what? He's fucking entitled to do that. But the other side of the coin is, but not without consequence. And it's like, well, if all the consequence is opinion versus opinion, then there is no right or wrong. Why can't, like for me?
Well, I'll tell you, that's not the consequence.
Yeah. Well, it's different for you. Your consequence is different.
The consequences were the plug was pulled on every fucking level.
Yeah.
And not just for us personally, for all our partners. Like the way, we're not, a booking agent is not our boss, and we're not the booking agent's boss. They're our partners. And just like every fucking agreement we have with people who would do the merch for us, this, that, they're all our partners, and they all get the heat. Dude, there was a venue owner that they threatened to burn his place down because fucking Michael was gonna play there. Like, come on now. Like, that's what I'm saying. There are consequences, and they're serious, man. They're not. It's not. This isn't. The thing is he knew the rules.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna say something. If I work for Sony, I'm not gonna deliberately say something Sony told me not to say and expect to keep my job at Sony.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That makes sense. I just it's weird. My I guess my position on the whole thing.
I get your ethos on it because I feel the same way. I am that way.
I know you
but,
are. I just don't think it's right. I just don't think it's right for.
I don't think it's right either. But
like, it shouldn't be that way. Where
right.
If someone isn't jerking off to the rhetoric of the left,
right?
Then they are just like, they're a Nazi and they should be canceled and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
It's like, whatever happened to, I don't know, like, isn't everyone allowed to be themselves? Like, and I don't know.
I totally get the ethos. I'm
like,
completely against cancel culture. People, like, he'll try to tell people that I'm part of that fucking shit now. It's not the case. It's very fucking personal with me and him. Like, and that's what I take offense to. Like, how fucking dare you? Like, I have the text, the private messages of you saying I understand, and now how dare you go fucking public and saying that I left you calling you a racist and I'm part of cancel culture? Nah, dude. I'm sorry. No. That's not how it goes.
I don't get it. It just seems like it's just like a whole bunch of opinions floating around, and everyone thinks that their opinion is better, and like they're almost like their opinion is law. And not only is their opinion law and that it trumps someone else's opinion, but like, if you don't share that same opinion, then you should fucking pay for it. And
it's tough.
Yeah, and you're a quote unquote proud boy, and now because of that, you shouldn't have a job, and you shouldn't be able to provide for your fucking family or put food on the table. Because, like, are you kidding me? Come on, like, what are we doing? Like, this is ridiculous. This is like it's a cartoon, man.
It is a cartoon. We live in a cartoon.
Yeah, it's just so stupid. Like, shut up. Go watch Game of Thrones and go to sleep and get up for work and shut the fuck up.
It's a fucking system that social media has helped break, man. Like, because you think about it, like, we no longer have these face-to-face consequences. Not that it's going to be violent or I'm going to hurt you, but like, it's tough to look someone in their eye and tell them, like, yo, go fuck yourself because you're a fucking loser because you believe this. Like, but the dehumanization of typing this it's so easy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's
and
the
like the mob mentality of it too, man. Social media is a big fucking culprit in all of this, man. It's made it super easy to fucking act this way.
Yeah, I say that a lot. I say that, and I'm not ignorant when I say this because I know it's not true, but it's, in a way, it seems like it's worse like online than things are in the real world.
Yeah,
because when I'm out every single day in the real world, I don't see people going up to other people being like, "Hey, take that Biden shirt off, you fucking piece of
right."
Could you imagine if life was like the internet? That's what I'm saying. Like, real life doesn't reflect what we see online.
No, not at all.
It doesn't. It's like you said. It
goes back to the first Trump election win. Like, if you've only followed Facebook, that's why people were in such shock that Hillary lost, because they only fucking live their life on like what they see on Facebook. Touring all the time, I'm like, yo, it's not even close. Like, Trump's gonna win by a lot. Like, I see this shit. Like, But yeah, like it's the social media world is not based in the reality of anything.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, if we acted like we acted on social media, forget it.
It'd be amazing.
There'll be fights everywhere, bro.
It would be insane. That's what I'm saying. Like everyone thinks, right, online, but out in the real world, you're falling in line, you're assimilating, you're clocking
Yeah.
in and you're clocking out, and you're so. And the other thing too is like nobody's any better than somebody else.
No.
It's just not. You know, you go on there and you go at somebody's throat and you want to crucify someone for something that, you know, like people who want to crucify Michael and blah blah blah, and then you go buy a Charles Manson T-shirt, and
Right.
you go glorify serial killers, and you watch
Oh
serial.
my god! I just recently saw something about Christian Death.
The band.
Yeah, and like I guess the singer of that band said something. I forgot what he talked about, but it was like, taboo. But like meanwhile, if you look up the lyrics to Christian Death songs, holy fucking shit, they're like they talk about lynching people and shit like that. Like, yo, you didn't know this about this band already? Like, the lyrical content of their songs are ultra fucked up. Like, you didn't have any clue that this guy fucking felt like this? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, you think "Baby It's Cold Outside" is bad? Let me tell you about spread the good word of Christian Death.
Right.
That's what I mean. I don't know. It's all very selective outrage, I guess. Maybe is that the term? Selective outrage. And for some reason it always prevails. It's always acknowledged, and it's always adhered to, and it's always like abided by. It's like if one person comes out and says, "Hey, I don't like this," then it blows up and turns into this whole thing. It's like, "Hey, somebody didn't like this. Now all these people don't like this, and now it has to change." Right.
Yeah, there's a whole section of people that don't like this.
This whole underground faction of "I don't like this."
We're totally getting canceled out of this show.
I just don't get it, man.
Yeah. Well, we're getting old, dude. This is what happens. The old people get phased out. The young people come in with their shit. This is what. Dude, we did this to our parents.
But listen, that's another weird thing. Young people, like high school kids, and like even young college kids, people in their 20s are like super into this shit. And I'm just trying to think back to when I was in high school.
I was just trying to put my penis in things.
I was just trying to like play shows, and I don't know, play fucking PlayStation and get drunk. Right. I don't give a fuck about any of this shit, and I kind of still don't. I really don't. I only care enough to say that everyone's fucking stupid and annoying.
Yeah, in high school, like all I gave a fuck was like trying to get a girl to like me and playing guitar. I can't think of much else that I gave a fuck about.
That's what I'm saying. Like, care about age, like act your age. You'll have all of your mid-30s until you're dead to care about politics, you know? For most of us, not for me. I'm more worried about when these new Karate Kid action figures are coming out, because they were supposed to come out in October, and now they got pushed to November, and now they're pushed to fucking February next year, and that's what I care about. You know,
right?
That's what I'm saying.
Dude, I'm trying to book this tour that I'm super secretive about. Can't tell anyone about it, but I love saying that I'm doing it just to get people excited. But I've fucking already been told no chance until fall of 21.
You got plenty of time to rehearse.
Sure fucking do.
But here's the other thing. If like you know, and I'm glad you did. I'm glad you released something during this time. I'm glad
it was all things I've recorded right here in front of this desk.
So I'm saying, dude, if you're not playing out right now, then
do something.
Then track, man, collaborate, do something. You know, for me, And I understand it's a negative thing for a lot of people, and I feel bad for the people that it is a negative thing for. For me, the whole COVID situation overall has been positive, like big fucking time, big time. It really has, because I was able to finish up the Atomic Werewolf shit. I lost weight when I was home, not eating shit on the road every day at my job. I,
I'm the opposite of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I'm on the road, I'm actually eat better than I do when I'm home.
Really?
Yeah. And so we were like, you stay at a hotel, you fucking go to the gym, fucking, there's all sorts of shit. Like, I find it so on the road that I'm so much more regimented. When I'm home, I'm like, I could do anything whenever I want. And I find like I have no structure at home.
Well, let me help you out right now for free. All you got this one-time offer, yeah. No lie, Monday through Friday, or I'm sorry, Sunday through Thursday, my dinner is just a plate of provolone, prosciutto, and salami with hot cherry peppers and pepperoncinis. That's it, dude. It's cheap and it fucking works.
Lying to me?
Not lying to you. Dude, I lost.
Look straight into the camera and say this again.
From Sunday through Thursday, my dinner is nothing but provolone, prosciutto, salami with pepperoncinis and hot cherry peppers on a paper plate.
All right.
And my sodium's probably off the charts, but I look, but yo, I look fucking fantastic.
So are you drinking a lot of water?
I drink a lot of water. I drink one soda per day. I drink one Coca-Cola per day. That's it. That's my vice.
Right. Let's get to some of these fucking comments here. I've ignored the audience the whole show.
Don't. Let's see what they have to say. I want to.
People are mad I'm canceling Joe. Let's see. What is the best Johnny B. Morbid song?
According to you or me?
According to you. What song are you most proud of?
Oh my God. Probably the song is called the Humble Beginnings of Blasphemy. I don't know if it's my favorite song, but I'm most proud of that song for sure.
All right. Let's see. People are mad that you're not drinking with me.
I had water.
They're like, people were wondering if that was vodka.
No, I'm just like this.
People are mad that they're not mad. They hate when the Michael subject gets broached because they love Michael. And I get it. I fucking love that guy too.
I do too. I don't want to get people to get the wrong idea.
I fucking love that guy.
Listen, and I stand somewhere different than you do. I don't know if that point got across.
And I think that's what a lot of, like, there's a lot of disconnect between me and everyone else. Like, yo, you didn't have fucking everything tied to him.
Right.
You're just, you're an innocent bystander that's seeing this from afar, and you're only seeing what he tells you. You don't see what's actually happening.
I support.
So there's just like a disconnect. People just get mad when it comes up because they think it's like there's this rift in the planet because me and him aren't getting along right now. I love the guy. I wish no harm to him. I know there's a lot of crazy fuckers out there that are trying to fucking find him, and the Sharpies have a fucking bounty on his head. Like, it's a crazy world out there right now. Fucking, I don't want him to get hurt. I fucking text Arturo. I actually yelled at Arturo the other night. I was hammered, but like, on his podcast, he said the city that they were staying in, that they were staying in a Marriott, and they had shown the fucking pilot.
Nope.
I'm like, yo.
Nope.
I texted him, and he got mad. He got mad at me for yelling at him, but I'm like, yo, don't fucking do that. People want to kill you right now. Don't do that.
Yeah, not good.
So, yeah.
But my stance is in support of you and of him.
Yeah,
I
have the same stance.
Oh, dude, I'll defend separating the artist from the art until I'm blue in the face. I can still enjoy, Michael Jackson and the Lost Prophets and Pantera and whatever. I don't.
Right.
I don't care. I really don't care.
People are asking what happened to Bobby Bloodfeast.
Last time I saw Bobby Bloodfeast was in 2016. He came out to one of my last shows in New York. And that's it. It's the last time I talked to him. Last time
Yeah,
I
I don't
saw
know.
him.
Is he married? Does he have kids? What's going on with that guy?
He was living in the city with Mary, I think her name is, and he was
Mary.
He was working at Trash and Vaudeville. But this was 4 years ago.
Right. And now that place is gone.
Yeah, I don't know what he's been up to. I haven't really talked to him.
People are saying, Bobby Bloodfeast would be blacked out right now on Blackout Friday. Basically, they're yelling at you again for not drinking with me. Someone's asking me to ask you about A Bronx Tale. Why would someone ask me to ask you about A Bronx Tale?
I don't know. It's one of my favorite movies.
It's one of the greats.
I saw the Broadway production.
Did you?
Yeah, dude. I took my fiance. We went a couple of years ago to see it, and I took my dad for his birthday one year. I took him to see the one man show. Where it was just Chaz Palminteri. It was awesome.
Let me ask you.
Yeah.
Did your fiance pass the test?
I'm pretty sure she would if we had a car from 1980.
Where you had to reach over?
Yeah.
Now you just fucking flick a button?
Yeah, she would.
Dude, there's so many jokes or things that are not relevant anymore. Like, back in my day, like, New York City was a fucking nightmare mess, very violent. And 42nd Street was just a bunch of, like, pimps, hookers, drugs, fucking all that shit. Now it's like Disney on Ice, 42nd Street. But we used to be like, oh, your mother works on 42nd Street. That joke, no longer valid. You say that to somebody now, they're like, what?
Where does she work? At Starbucks?
Right. And that fucking car thing's the other one, where you actually had to reach over, fucking...
Yeah,
completely unlock the
door.
door.
I remember like my grandparents' cars when I was younger. I remember that shit. The locks that were like 3 inches high. Yeah, man. My one grandfather had it was a Lincoln, and the locks were like that. Yep.
And everyone else is just a bunch of fucking Friday bullshit. No other real questions. So
Friday
you survived.
bullshit.
You survived a blackout Friday, drinking water. Congrats.
I forgot.
You're actually the first sober guest that's you've ended the show sober. It's been quite a while. It's been like almost 2 months since I've had a sober person at the end of Blackout Friday.
I forgot that was like a thing until you mentioned it at the start, and I didn't have anything around to like drink. I don't drink really often. It's not that I don't drink. It's just I just
Right.
I certainly don't drink like I used to. That's for sure. Not even close. No, not even close.
Absolutely not. Yeah, actually, Friday's become like the go-to day to have a beverage. And I'm telling you right now, guys, in November is going to be a dry November. I'm just telling you now, so you don't harass me in November. It will be a dry November. But I have like a gimmick. If you tip, you do shots and all that shit. It's just another way for fucking people to support the channel and shit like that. It makes it more fun instead of just giving me money for no reason at all. You see me get hammered instead. What else is going? So what happens for you the rest of this week? Are you just like?
I got a bunch of shit to do, but not really.
You have your tux? You're all set up for your tux?
Oh yeah, dude. That was a weird time trying to get fitted during COVID. Just like ordering. Yeah, man.
Someone said the song you said is you're most proud of. They said that song is too scary. I got through 15 seconds. # canceled.
It's like a straight up black metal, death metal song. The whole song, and nothing repeats except for the intro comes back at the end.
Like
That's
not
it.
even no riffs, no nothing.
Nothing repeats. That's why I'm proud of it, because it's not a horror punk song.
Right. I didn't know I was doing horror punk until I was. Like, I didn't know Mr. Monster was important until way after I fucking left.
See, you get it too. That's what.
Like,
That's
whoa.
right. Yeah.
Like, we were doing something important. I had no idea. I was just a fucking stupid kid trying to emulate Slash, and like every solo we played live, Jason would get so mad at me. I would like, he would like it, but also get mad because like I wasn't playing his solo, but he also loved Guns N' Roses, so he liked it but didn't. So I would like play like the Don't Cry solo over one of his songs, and yeah. I was constantly trying to do shit like that.
I always liked that though. I like that's why I like Kyle. Kyle would do. I would just be like, yeah, you know, there's a solo here. It doesn't have to be mine. Just fucking shred, man. Just do something. Just do anything.
Right.
I always thought that kind of makes it more fun, and plus, it gives you an opportunity to make it a little bit your own. You know.
Fucking Mike Hideous was the first one to give me that kind of freedom for real. Like, so I was in Spy Society 99 for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And they had these sections of their live show where their old guitar player used to just solo. And I would watch the old live show. I'm like, wow, this guy sucks, actually. Like, and they're giving him like 2 minutes solos in the middle of the set. This is awesome. I'm going to fucking shred the fuck out of this. And yeah, Hideous would just let me go up there and improvise over like some jazzy bluesy shit. It was awesome.
That's cool. I never really got into his stuff, but I know he's important on some level for sure.
Right.
And he's a nice dude. I met him a couple times. He's really cool.
He was the first guy that I attribute this to him. He was the first guy that I saw that I needed to take things more seriously. I went to hit my first rehearsal with him. It was actually, he's the reason I call it rehearsal. Like, it was, to me, it was just going to jam, right? I'm going to jam with my friends. Like, no, he's like, this is fucking rehearsal, dude. And we're on time for rehearsal. You got to fucking take this a little more serious. Like, he actually taught me to be a little more pro, that I should be taking it a little more seriously. And yeah, like I pivoted after that to be a little more serious about music.
Good. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, that definitely stuck with you for sure.
Well, hold on, Loki. Any chance of getting Mike Hideous on Talkin Brash?
That's a good idea. There you go.
I think I can
do it.
Mark Allen Stewart, Jerry, Mike Hideous. Maybe I could get Dr. Chud hates me, but I really want Dr. Chud on this show.
That's a big one. I don't even know if I could get him, and I'm
Dr. Chud hates me like really bad. Any chance Johnny B. Morbid will release new material?
Yeah, there's a new song coming out on Halloween. Actually,
there you go.
It's a single. It's just a single.
Just a single.
Yep. New song Halloween. And then I don't know what after that.
Someone's saying that your song, The Horror Punk Show, is very underrated.
I hope that's a joke. Dude, that song is a joke. That's why I say that. The song is just, it's taking shots.
But maybe that's why people like it. Because they're pointing out the how ludicrous this whole thing is.
Did you ever hear that song? Probably not.
I have not.
Send it to you. Well, one of the lyrics. One of the
I'm still listening to I'm a Real American.
Fight for the rights of every man.
All right.
One of the lines in Horror Punk Show is, I grew my pubes into a devil lock, and now I have a devil cock.
Are your songs copyrighted?
The ones on my albums are, yeah.
Fuck, so I can't play them here? Hold on.
You could play Horror Punk. It's terrible.
Right away.
Yeah. That's not going to get flagged. No way.
What's up with the cover art for this?
Oh, that was just something that was done to reflect what was on that quote unquote album. It's just like this piece of shit version of me, probably from when I was drinking all the time and whatever. And
You're like on a wheelchair toilet. I don't know.
It's it wasn't really an album that I released. It was just like a collection of unreleased stuff. It's mostly just like covers and stupid stuff, and so I don't know. That was like the cover art.
Well, I'm bleeding, she's screaming, I'm dying, she's crying. Oh, I wanna say let's go because.
All right, so who are you trying to emulate here?
I don't know. I don't know what I was doing.
You knew what you were doing. Come on.
I just wanted to sound like people who are trying to sound like Danzig.
Right on.
Danzig told me so. I only have one face to paint, and my mom says it looks great. Grew my pubes into a devil lock, and now I'll have a devil cock. I really want to eat your brains. I said you will not be insane.
Don't
So,
worry,
yeah,
that
I see where you're going here.
the hook's coming.
Oh, the hook's coming?
Oh, it's coming.
It takes away the pain. Whoa, I said let's go. Whoa, to the horror punk show. Whoa, I said let's go, 'cause it's the greatest place to go. Whoa,
Yeah. That's that. That's what that is.
Good job, dude.
That's your favorite.
You nailed it.
Yeah, man. I just
No,
wanted.
you nailed like the what everyone was trying to do.
Learn guitar for like 6 months, and then write a song, and then sing about werewolves and whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's how we all started. You got to start somewhere. But I just the lack of evolution in the genre I always found very disturbing.
I did not start there. I'll tell you that right now. I started with like
Well, you're a metal
Van
dude.
Halen, Sepultura,
Well,
Metallica.
me too. I just meant your start like in the scene is
Right.
typically simplistic for most of us. I mean, I don't think anyone came in. What Ray's doing right now is pretty fucking amazing. But I already
Super
told
Monster
him.
Party? Yeah,
I told him to his face. I'm just like, dude, this isn't horror punk. I don't know what you're doing. It's not. That's a yo.
No,
that's
it's just, I like the way you put. I told him to his face.
Yeah, I said, hey man, this isn't what you think it is, you piece of shit. I'm like, dude, this is a power metal record. Why are you trying to pigeonhole yourself? Like, power metal's a way broader audience.
Right.
Why would you market this as horror punk? You're crazy.
I did a show with Ray, and he worked his gimmick for an entire 2.5 hours, bro.
With that mask?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wore the mask the whole show.
Yeah, that's what he did with me, too.
That's intense.
I put on my face paint for him. I didn't want him to. Yeah, I did.
I put on my face paint for you, so.
Your rosacea face paint? Yeah.
Yeah. This is the look he's been drinking face. Fucking.
Yeah, no, same thing happens to me, man.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Or probably having a heart attack or something. I don't know. You know, I'm 42 now. You never know. I could just,
oh god,
any day, just keel over, bro.
Aging.
Yeah. You know what's scary is my mom died at 43.
Oh,
so now I think the clock's ticking. Like, oh, my side hurts a little. Maybe I'm going.
Oh man, you can't think like that. No, because that'll just make it worse.
Right. It does. You're right. And then you start fucking Googling your fucking what's wrong with you, right? And you get the MD,
God.
the WebMD shit.
I hate doing that.
Oh, I'm definitely dying. It's WebMD says so.
Yo, I started. This happened like last year or whatever. Or maybe 2 years ago now. I had this issue, and I still do to some degree. I'll just like have these uncontrollable like burping fits. Like I won't be able to stop. Sometimes for like hours. Not anymore. Not that bad, but I still get it sometimes. And I was like looking up what this could be or whatever, and it's saying like, oh, it could be early stages of esophageal cancer, or
Oh
you have
gas.
a hernia or something. What is it? Not an umbilical hernia. It's I can't remember. Like a hernia in your diaphragm or something like that. It was just like.
So I like as recently as 3 weeks ago or some shit like that, I thought I was having like appendicitis or my appendix was gonna burst, because the pain on my side was so bad. And I'm like, well, I either have a hernia or appendicitis. That's the only two things it could possibly be. And it turned out to be, I'm fine.
Yeah, self-diagnosing is not fun.
No. It's all right, though. All right. It's time to go. We have outro music. Hey, producer, play the fucking outro music, will you? For fuck's sake. There's no producer, everybody. Sorry. It's funny when you try to do everything yourself. It's awesome. Hold on. We had to get... Loki got gas. No, you messaged me like everyone else. No, dude. Guys. The show's over. I did drink. And I drank more than the $30 that you tipped. So please, enough. Thank you, everyone, for fucking supporting me. Like always, go to the website. There's merch. It was just my birthday. Buy something for yourself for my birthday. Austin, Lynette, Rick, Richard Dicko North. I'm sure I'll get a phone call from you soon. Peace out, guys. I fucking love you. I'll see you on Monday. The last Joe show. Joe's canceled on Monday. Peace out, guys.